Good afternoon, everyone. There's nothing as powerful as education, and we should celebrate the day to revise the goals of distributing this power. As we all know, today is International Literacy Day, celebrated on 8th of September every year to raise awareness about the importance of literacy for individuals, communities, and society. So this year, UNESCO is celebrating its 51st anniversary of International Literacy Day with the quote, "Reading is the past, writing the future." So as quoted by Malala Yousafzai, let us remember one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. So we at Olive Trails welcome you all to celebrate International Literacy Day with a read-along storytelling session with Amma Chitrakatha. Let me take this opportunity to welcome Ms. Preeti Vyas, CEO Amma Chitrakatha, to conduct the read-along storytelling session. Welcome, Ms. Preeti. And
Thank
now,
you.
without wasting much time, let's meet Ms. Preeti and listen to the story. Over to you, Ms. Preeti.
Thank you, Rupa. Thank you so much. I'm so honored and so thrilled that you invited us today. It's a very special day, like you said. And we, of course, believe in the power of stories. And I think reading and storytelling is the best gift that a parent can give to their child, especially for the children in this younger age group. 2 to 5, I think, is the parents and the children here today. And that's a very important age group to instill this love for stories and storytelling and listening and comprehension, because all the skills that they build at this age will actually help them throughout their student life. Whichever subject you
Exactly.
learn, whether it is maths or geography or history, you will need language. You will need comprehension. So regardless
Right.
of what they choose in life, they need a strong grounding in listening, in structuring their thought, and nothing better than stories. So thank you for inviting me. My name is, like I said, my name is Preeti Vyas. I'm the CEO of Amma Chitrakatha Private Limited. We manage 3 brands: Amma Chitrakatha, Tinkle Magazine, and National Geographic in India. And today I'm here to tell you a story. So we have, of course, our famous comic books. All of us have grown up on them. But today I'm reading a story from our ACK Junior collection. This is for our, because comic books are typically read by the time a child is 7 or 8. And today we have our little ones with us. So for the little Chotu ones, we have a Chotu story. It's called ACK Juniors. And the story I'm going to actually read 2 stories if I have the time. We'll start with one and see how we go on time. So the first story is called Laddu Spots. Now, I believe that we had already sent a link to download our app. So if you've downloaded the app, it's a free link we have sent. It gives you 30-day access to our entire catalog. So if you already have the app downloaded, you can just go on the search button and put Laddu Spots. That's Laddu. If you just put Laddu, you'll be able to get the story. So without further ado, enough of speeches and importance of the day. Let's get into a fun story. Yeah. So Laddu Spots. If you don't have the app, you can still follow the story. You can just listen to my voice. It actually is good for me as a storyteller, because the power of storytelling is you should be able to do it without any props, without any books or visuals. So even if you don't have the app, you can still listen to my voice and follow the story. I'll try to go as slow as possible. So the story is called Laddu Spots. The story is told by Indira Anantakrishnan and the illustrations are by M. Subramanian. It's a story of a little leopard, okay, a little leopard cub whose name is Laddu. Okay. So Laddu, the leopard cub, was feeling sleepy. Oh, yawn. Okay, kids, I want all of you to yawn. Stretch out. How do you stretch out when you're sleepy? He was feeling really sleepy. He had spent all night learning how to hunt with his mother. Now, kids, leopards, they stay awake at night. They go out hunting at night. And just like your mama teaches you all the good habits and all the things you need to know to be very healthy and very happy in life, Laddu's mama was also teaching him how to hunt, because that's what they eat, right? They need to hunt to get food. So Laddu climbed a tree and lay on a branch. Grumph, mumph, he mumbled. stretching his paws. Oh gosh, he's feeling so sleepy. Laddu was almost asleep, he was dozing off. Can you all pretend to doze off? Like that, yeah. He was almost dozing off, he was almost asleep when from the corner of his eye, guess what he saw? He saw his own tail. Ah, what a perfect tail I have, he thought. Then he looked at the spots on his back and said loudly to himself, what a handsome leopard cub I am. Does that happen to you? Do you sometimes see a part of yourself and say, oh wow, I sometimes say, oh, my hair is so lovely or my hands are so nice. That's what happened to Laddu, okay? He said, oh wow, what a perfect tail I have and what a handsome leopard cub. I look so good. Laddu did not feel sleepy anymore. He jumped down from the tree and he sang, spots, spots, beautiful spots, spread all over me. Big and small, so many spots for everyone to see. Spots, spots, beautiful spots, spread all over me. Big and small, so many spots for everyone to see. Okay, so Laddu was admiring his own spots, okay, and he was saying, oh wow, how handsome I look. Laddu walked to the pond in the middle of the jungle. He looked at himself in the water very carefully and then he laughed out loud. Can you all laugh out loud, kids? Laugh out really loud. So many spots. No. So many spots. Thought again. So many spots. Okay. Oh dear, he wondered, how many spots do I really have? Now for kids, for us, it's really easy, right? If you want to count how many fingers you have, is it easy? You put your hands up and you count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Easy. 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth. We can count very easily. But Laddu he's a leopard cub and he has so many spots. Now he wants to know how many spots he has, okay? So how is he going to find out? How is he going to count? He can't even look at his own back, right? Fish. There was a fish in the pond, okay? So the fish heard Laddu and popped out of the water. The water jumped up and down. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Go away, fish, go away. You've made me go all wiggly squiggly, said Laddu, because his reflection in the water became all wiggly squiggly. Fish disappeared into the water. Next came baby monkey. Hoot, hoot, hoot. Baby monkey, who was sitting on a tree, laughed. Laddu, my mother can count all your spots, he said. So Mama Monkey jumped down the tree. So this is how she looks, okay? That's Mama Monkey. Can you all see that? Yeah, there we go. So there's Mama Monkey. Mama Monkey jumped down from the tree. She came to Laddu and touched one spot. 1, she said. Laddu was very happy. Mama Monkey counted. 2, 3, 4. She stopped at 4. Do you think Laddu only had 4 spots? How only 4? Then she stopped and said, you know, I have 4 children, so I can only count up to 4. When I have other children, I'll come and count your other spots. And she went away. It's funny, right? Because she has 4 children, she only knows how to count till 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now who will count the remaining spots? Laddu walked away sadly. After a while, Laddu saw a big elephant. He ran up to him and said, Elephant, elephant, you are big and clever. Will you please count my spots? Sure, said elephant. He tapped Laddu's spots with his trunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can we all try that? Let's all pretend that we have a trunk. So take your left hand, put it under your arm, and now you have a trunk. Okay, now try and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 spots. And then elephant stopped and trumpeted. Ooh! Then he began counting again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There, I've done it, said the elephant. You have one spot. Does that make sense? How is he counting? He counted 1 to 10 and then 10 to 1 and said, you have only one spot. Laddu said, this doesn't sound quite right. I don't think Laddu counted properly, said Laddu. I don't think elephant counted properly. Baby monkey laughed from the treetop. No one in the jungle can count, he said. Laddu had an idea. He went to the pond and he waited. At sunset, all the animals came to the pond to drink water. Okay. Laddu stood on a large rock and called out loudly, listen, everyone, a prize for the wise, a prize to be got by the one who can count my spots. So all the animals had come to the pond to drink water, and that's when Laddu announced that there is a prize for the person who can count all my spots. Old Boar shook his head. Grunt. When I was young, I could count up to 100, but now I've forgotten, he said. That won't help, said Laddu. Just then, Hare came hopping along. Who's Hare? Hare is the rabbit. Count your spots, did you say? He asked. He touched the last spot on Laddu's tail and said, dark. He's asking him to count, but this guy is, what is the hare doing? He's describing the color of the spot and he's saying it's dark. Then he touched the next spot and said, this one is light. Then he touched the one beside it and said, dark. The others tapped their feet to keep count, but Laddu was not happy. Hare went on counting dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. And at last, Laddu shouted, enough of this dark light. Hare stopped counting. Others stopped tapping. No one spoke for a while. And then the rabbit, the hare, said in a very clear voice, I have decided. I know the correct answer. Laddu has only 2 spots, one dark and one light. Very good counting, cried the others. Everybody got very excited. They all began clapping. Yay, yay. Hare is right. Rabbit is right. He must get the prize. Now, Laddu did not agree. He said, what is this? What kind of a counting is this? You're supposed to count how many spots and you're saying dark light, dark light, dark light. But all of them shouted, oh, Hare was a very good answer. You gave a very good answer of dark and light. A prize for Hare, we declare. A prize for Hare, we declare. A prize for Hare, we declare. Laddu had no choice. All the animals were saying, you have to give Rabbit a prize. So he gave the rabbit a carrot and a turnip. But Laddu was feeling sad because after doing all this, he still didn't know how many spots he had. Okay? He didn't know at all. Because what did the monkey mama say? She said, oh, you have only 4 spots. Elephant said you had 1 spot. And now this rabbit, Mr. Hare, said you have dark and light, dark and light. What sense does that make? Laddu was sad. He went back on his branch and he lay down. Can you all make a sad face and lie down? Don't lie down, look at me, but make a sad face and start thinking, what should Laddu do now? How will he know how many spots he has? How will he find out? That moment, the wise owl, a very wise owl stopped by and said, Laddu, when no one is able to help you, you have to help yourself. Laddu sat up. What did the owl say? The owl said, when no one can help you, when no one is able to help you, you must help yourself. Okay? Laddu sat up. That's it, he said. I will help myself. I will learn how to count and then I will count my spots myself. I will go to the pond and I can see my reflection in the water and then I can count all the spots myself. Finally, Laddu was feeling happy and relieved. Why? Because he knew that he would get the correct answer. And how would he get the correct answer? By teaching himself, by learning how to count. Laddu went to sleep with a big smile on his face. So children, did you like that story? It's a very nice lesson for all of us, that if something that we need help with, or something that we want to find the answer, and nobody is able to help us, then whom should we look at? Look at yourself. You can always help yourself. Yeah. Okay. Did you enjoy that story? I can't see you guys. I can't see any of you, but I want you all to clap, okay? If you think you enjoyed the story, if you like Little Laddu's story, then you can please clap, and you can
It was
send the clap.
amazing, Preeti. That was amazing story.
Okay, thank you. At least I know you're listening, Rupa.
Yes, yes, I am there. And
All
all
right.
our parents are also with us.
Okay, wonderful. Do we know how many kids are listening to the story? Any idea?
No, we cannot see that.
Oh no. Okay, never mind. I hope there's lots and lots of kids listening.
Yes, yes.
And the next story is called Pattu the Poet. So we have 15 minutes, right,
Yes.
Rupa? Okay. So this is a very, very cute and funny story as well. It's in the same book. So it continues after Laddu Spots. It's called Pattu the Poet. Now this is a story of a little boy, okay, he loves to talk in rhyme. He loves to make songs and make poems, and that's how he speaks. So it's a really cute, very, very cute story. Okay, it's a very smart story, and you'll enjoy it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So, Pattu the Poet, story told by Indira Ananthakrishnan and illustrations by M. Subramanian. Now, Pattu was a little boy who liked playing by himself. He liked to look at things around him and make up songs about them. Okay, so he loved to walk around by himself. He was happy to be alone. Okay? He was happy to be by himself, and he loved to make up songs. Okay, so he looked at the moon and he sang, "Man on the moon, man on the moon, grant me a boon to fly to you soon." Pattu saw that the man on the moon had a big smile on his face. He clapped his hands happily. He's singing a song about the moon. Then Pattu was about to eat a rasgulla. Kids, do you like to eat rasgullas? What's your favorite sweet? Do you like to eat red velvet cupcakes? Do you like to eat donuts? Do you like to eat rasgullas? Do you like to eat gulab jamuns? What's your favorite sweet? I love all of them. Yeah. Pattu loved to eat rasgullas. Okay. So he picked up his rasgulla and ooh, so exciting. Don't you know? Don't you feel it's amazing when you love something to eat and you're about to put it in your mouth? It's such a lovely feeling. He was about to bite into it when, woo! What was that? A little fly. A fly came and sat on his rasgulla. Pattu scolded the fly. Are you trying to eat my sweet? Fly away or you pay. Are you trying to eat my sweet? Fly away or you pay. The fly flew away quickly. The other children laughed at Pattu. They would tease him and say, "Funny Pattu, dreamy Pattu, funny Pattu, dreamy Pattu." But Pattu pretended that he did not hear them. So Pattu pretended that he did not hear them, okay? But he kept on and on with his thing. Okay, there we go. There's Pattu and his friends. I hope you can all see. And all his friends are making fun of him for being always making up songs and always singing, right? One day, Pattu decided to visit his aunt. He took some bananas to eat on the way. As he walked along, he saw a pair of tall palm trees, okay, really tall coconut trees. Pattu sang, "You have limbs slim and long. You look big, but I am strong. You have limbs slim and long. You look big, but I am strong." The trees waved their leaves at Pattu. As Pattu walked on, he saw, kids, hear all these lines carefully. It's going to come at the end, the twist in the story. As Pattu walked on, he saw an owl staring at him from a tree. Pattu sang to the owl, big eyes, how you stare. Trying to scare me? I don't care. Big eyes, how you stare. Trying to scare me? I don't care. The owl closed his eyes, tucked his head under his wing, and went to sleep. Now, as Pattu walked forward, he sat down. He was hungry, so he peeled his banana. Can all of us pretend to peel a banana? Take a banana on your hand, peel all the banana, peel all the sides, and now, is it yummy and sweet? Is it a good banana? I love bananas. Okay. So Pattu sat down on a log and took out his bananas. He peeled it and began to eat. Now, nearby, he saw a dog digging a hole in the mud with his paws. You know how dogs like to dig? So, this dog was digging away, and the mud flew up all around and over him. So, that's Pattu, and that's the dog. Yeah, look at the dog digging a hole. Okay. Pattu laughed and sang, "Why are you digging a hole so big? You look as if you're dancing a jig." The dog wiggled his nose at Pattu. What did Pattu say? "Why are you digging a hole so big? You look as if you're dancing a jig." Pattu reached his aunt's house. There was a big lock on the front door. "Oh no, aunt's not at home," Pattu sighed. He sat down under a mango tree to wait for her. It soon became dark and Pattu felt sleepy. "I know, I'll keep myself awake by singing," he said. He sang the song he had made up for the palm trees. "You have limbs slim and long, you look big, but I am strong." While he was singing, guess what was happening? A tall, thin thief, a robber, was tiptoeing up to the house with his bundle of loot. Okay, so this thief had gone into a lot of houses in the village and he had stolen money and jewelry from different people. He had a whole bag of his loot and he was running and he was trying to get into Pattu's aunt's house. But he heard Pattu's song and he stopped. Oh gosh, somebody had seen him. He stared around, couldn't see anyone. And Pattu kept on singing, "You have limbs slim and long, you look big, but I am strong." This thief got really scared that, oh, has somebody spotted me? An owl flew down from the sky. Pattu remembered his song about the owl. He sang it again. Big eyes, how you stare, trying to scare me? I don't care." This frightened the thief even more. The thief said, "Oh God," first he said that he's strong. Now he says he's got big eyes and he's going to catch me. "Oh God, I must run away," he said to himself. "But first, I must hide my loot." The thief took a shovel. What's a shovel, kids? A really big spade, like a really big spoon that you used to dig out, right? So he decided to bury the loot into the ground. Okay, so the thief took a shovel and began to dig a hole in the ground to bury his loot. "I'll come back and take it later when it's safe," he thought. He dug and dug and dug till the mud flew all around him. See, look, can you see how the thief is digging a hole? And Pattu is on the other side singing away. He doesn't even realize what's happened. Huh? And the thief is digging a hole into the soil. Okay. Just then, Pattu remembered the song he had sung for the dog. So Pattu was not seeing the thief, okay? He's just singing away. He sang loudly, "Why are you digging a hole so big? You look as if you're dancing a jig. Why are you digging a hole so big? You look as if you're dancing a jig." The thief had had enough. He said, "Oh no, this person is very strong and he can see me. And now he knows I'm digging this hole." The thief got so frightened that he threw the shovel down and he threw that bag of loot and he ran as fast as he could. He ran like the wind. Can we all try and show how do you run when you run really fast? Run, 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 run. Really fast, okay? That's what happened. The thief got so scared that he just ran away. Pattu heard the crash and saw the thief running away. "Stop, thief! Catch him!" he shouted and ran after him. Pattu's aunt, who was coming down the road, saw the thief too. She ran after the thief with Pattu. "Catch the thief!" they cried, but the thief ran so fast, zoom, that they could not catch him. Pattu and his aunt went back home. Pattu's aunt was very surprised. How did you scare away the thief? Asked Pattu's aunt. I don't know, auntie. I don't know. I was just sitting under the tree and singing my songs. You know, the songs I keep on making up all the time. I made up a song for the trees and for the dog, and I was singing those, and for the owl, and I was singing those songs. I don't know what happened. But just as well, right? The thief got scared of all of Pattu's songs. And then Pattu and his auntie, they quickly dug up and they took out that bag, with all the loot, all the stolen things. See, there's Pattu and his aunt. Yeah. And they have pulled out the bag with all the stolen goods that the thief had put in there. The next morning, Pattu and his aunt went to the village and returned the stolen things to their owners. Everyone heard how Pattu had scared off the thief with his rhymes. They all said how clever he was. The other children never made fun of Pattu again. In fact, they had a new name for him. Now they called him Pattu the poet. Yeah. So, what are the new words that we learned? We learned a word called boon, which is a special wish. We learned the word rasgulla, yummy, which is a lovely, delicious sweet made from milk. We learned the word slim. Slim means thin. We learned stare. Stare means to look without blinking for a long time. Can you all stare? Let's see how long can I stare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no, 12 seconds. You try it. You try. How long can you go without blinking? That's called staring. And tucked. Tucked means to put under. There was also the word jig, which means to dance. There was tiptoeing, which is walking silently on your toes. There was a bundle, which is many things packed together. And there was loot, which is stolen things. So what does Pattu's story tell us? Pattu's story tells us that you never know what you learn and what talents and skills you have and where they might come in handy and where they might be useful. So never be scared to be yourself. Always be proud of who you are and always have fun with whatever you're doing. Even if like Pattu was getting bored outside his aunt's house, but he didn't say, oh, I'm so bored. He began singing songs, right? So you should always be happy. You should always keep yourself entertained. And you should always be proud of yourself, whatever you are, whatever you love to do, because you never know where that quality is going to be handy. Yeah. So that was the end of our second story. The first story was Laddu Spots. The second story is Pattu the Poet. All these, and we have a few more beautiful ACK Junior stories on the Amma Chitrakatha app. All of you have received the link. I would urge all of you to download it. It's 1 month of free access. You can read as much as you want. You can read all our stories. You can also download the Tinkle app, and there we have another brand called Fun OK Please. We have some more books from there which are for this age group. I hope you all read lots of stories, have loads of fun, and love books. Okay, that's my wish and desire for all of you. So happy World International Literacy Day, and I hope it was memorable and you'll remember these two stories. So that's it from me. Thank you.
That was an amazing storytelling session. So thank you, Ms. Preeti. Thank you, Ms. Preeti, for being with us for this wonderful storytelling session.
I had a great time reading out these stories.
So we extend our gratitude to ACK Media for arranging this session with us.
It was absolutely our pleasure, and we'd love to be back and do more stuff with the children of your school.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So thank you, parents and students, for joining us. So see you next time with some more fun. Till then, bye-bye.
See you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.